Hello, I am God Apophis. I'm doing another video today. I wanted to talk about some things. I'm going to call this video TranSalvin, Transylvania, because it's an interesting story about me. It's an important story about me. So my name that I was given on my birth certificate, okay, the one that my mum, Fiona, gave to me, was Grant Salvin, GrantSalvin, Grant Salvin. So it's an interesting name, Salvin. The surname Salvin. When my mum divorced my dad, she actually kept the name. She didn't go back to her original maiden name. She decided to keep that surname because she didn't want there to be. She said that she didn't want there to be any confusion. So the thing is that Salvin, its origin is of it's a Norman name. So it came over with there was an earl. Was it an earl? Hang on, let's have a quick look. It says here, what's his name? Anyway, the name came over and it says here, the name Salvin reached England in the great wave of migration. Migrant crisis. Anybody? No. Anyway, the name Salvin, the name Salvin reached England in the great wave of migration following the Norman conquest of 1066. The Salvin family lived in Nottingham at the manor of Sylvan. So it had many variations. Here's some. Okay, so we got Salvin, Salvin, Salwin, Sylvan, Sylvain, Salvain, Salvine, and there's Cuckney. Okay, that's what it lists on this website. And the name was brought over by was he an earl? There was a guy called, it says here, the patriarch of the line, Josias Le Flamand, which translates as Jesus the Flemish. Which is interesting, right? Because lots of phlegm. Yeah, very Flemish. Listen to the other 80 videos I've uploaded. Yeah, it's all the same. Anyways, it's really hard to understand my life. It's very crazy. Anyway, my mom took me to Romania when I was about 8 or 9 years old. This would have been about the time, it would have been just after Interview with the Vampire had been released, for instance. Okay, so the film with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. Anyway, she took me to Romania skiing, and I actually, she would stay at the hotel most of the time. She wouldn't even go skiing. She would just send me on the coach. I'd go skiing with a bunch of intermediate skiers. We were as part of a group. And as part of the holiday, we went to Transylvania for a day. We took a coach there. And I remember going around the castle, which is called Bran Castle. And we also went to a restaurant which was like, yeah, it was like, and we went into they had a wine cellar in there. And I remember being like an 8 or 9 year old kid, and I had, so like, you know, I'd have like 6 tasting we had loads of, I was sitting with the kids, and we had all these tasting glasses, and the Romanians, so we were just pouring wine for the kids. And you know, my mum's like sitting, you know, at the other end of the table. She's like, you know, like several seats away from me, and I'm just drinking this wine and just downing it. And she's going, "Grant, don't you drink that?" So it's interesting, isn't it? Because, you know, I say I'm God, right? You know, I'm God at Apophis. I was Jesus. I am God. There's only one God. And it's interesting because I went to Transylvania, right? I told you Sylvain, TranSalvin. Yeah, look, it connects with my name. And my mother is called Fee. Okay, I'm male. And because I'm the son of Fee, I'm Fee male. So trans, not to mention my name Grant, is an anagram. You know, well, if you can rearrange the letters, you get G. And then if you take the G away, you got TRAN, Tran. So you can add Tran to Salvin, you got TranSalvin. But anyway, you know, I'm there being a little kid and just chugging these glasses of wine. And the thing is, well, you know what the connection is between wine and blood, right? Yeah. You know what mass is? Oh. You know, Jesus said, "This is my blood." You know, do this in memory of me. You know, the bread is the flesh, the wine is the blood. Anyway, I just thought it was a very interesting thing, and it's part of my story. And I've also spoken in my previous videos about my cousin Andrew, who is King David, and the demons. There's a war against me. That's the thing. I'm having to win this. I'm going to win this battle with the world. Yeah, the world wants to be me, and I have to play this battle of witchcraft with people. King David is, well, he's essentially the tip of the spear that's been used to attack me. Essentially, you know, all the people who were closest to me in my family, whether it's my dead mother, that I had in this lifetime, or Aliyah Dana Houghton, who was actually she was the Virgin Mary. She died 2.5 weeks before 9/11. Yeah, she died in a plane crash. Okay, and it was just after she filmed Queen of the Damned, where she plays a vampire. Yeah, remember that one? Yeah, she plays a vampire. You know, and what's a trans person? You know, this is the thing: male, female, TranSalvin, Salvin. You know, Transylvania is the origin of the Dracula story. Right? You know, you got Vlad the Impaler, yeah, and then, you know, what does it mean to impale? You know, it's like sticking some, you know, put in, right? You got Vladimir Putin, right? He's having a war with Ukraine. Yeah, what does it mean to reign? Yeah, you know what? So when a king puts a fucking crown on his head, yeah, he reigns. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit gets so annoying. Anyways, this is not a scripted video. This is just me having a ramble, because it needs to come out. Whether people watch it or understand it is a totally different thing, you know. Whatever, right? But that's the other thing. Romania. I well, I used to have my last girlfriend, which was about 12 years ago, a very long time ago. I lived with her for a year, and she was from Poland, she was Eastern European, right? Well, that's the thing. Her name was Ania, Ania. You know, so Romania. Yeah, you know what romance is? Yeah, romance. Romans. Yeah, Romans. Yeah, I was having a look at what is it? You know, Asterix. When I was a little kid, I used to have these English and French video cassettes of Asterix. I never watched it. I hated it. I never liked it. But it used to sit on the wardrobe behind my bed, above my head. And it used to just, this thing was just in my room all the time when I was growing up. And I noticed there's like an Asterix film, and it's like Asterix and Obelix, and it's like Asterix's cousin who's in Britain, and they've got to deliver like a barrel of potion to him to stop the invasion of the Romans. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. The world is conspiring against me to ruin me, to destroy me, to steal my power, to pretend like I don't exist. God's in the world. God's here. The second coming has happened. I'm here. It's just that nobody wants to know about it. That's the thing. Nobody wants to know. Everyone's too busy trying to be me rather than acknowledge that I'm actually here. That's the thing. I grew up with a gay mother, right? When I was 7 or 8 years old, my mum came to me in the middle of the night. She said, "Gran, do you mind if I'm gay?" And I said to her, "No, Mum, you do what you like. Whatever makes you happy." And that's what she did. She had a lesbian relationship. I'd go to school, where all the kids were going, "Gay Lord, gay Lord, gay Lord, gay Lord, gay Lord," all day long. And, my mum's like, "Don't tell your friends at school because they'll just make fun of you." But that's how I grew up. And like I told you about the female-male thing. And, we live in a society where, you got all these, and they're going after the kids, now. They want to get them while they're young, They want young trans people instead of, what does translate mean? Translate. Trans young, translate. It's, it's all magic. Words are magic. People don't understand the power of words. They really are powerful. If you look at language and you can see a pattern. This is how secret societies, this is how the Freemasons operate. They know this stuff. They know the power of words. That's why, they script things the way they do in the music industry and in Hollywood. Holy wood. You know what holy means, yeah? And wood. What is wood? Holy wood. Harry Potter. Oh yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah, the book that came out just as I went to boarding school. I went to Charterhouse, just when 9/11 happened. The first fucking week I went to the school. Yeah, Charterhouse, boarding school. What do you do when you get on a fucking plane? You board it. Yeah, you have your boarding pass. Yeah. What's a charter flight? Can you see? I've been staring at screens for so fucking long. Look, I've got a lazy fucking eye now. I mean, you've seen the film IT, haven't you? It, right? With the crazy fucking clown. Pennywise, right? Yeah, anyway. Well, I used to work in IT. I'm a network engineer. Well, I was a network, I was a Cisco certified network associate. I've got the certificates. They're, they expire after a couple of years, but still. I didn't get to go to university because my life was a fucking disaster when I was a teenager. My mom was like burning everything to the ground. She was destroying everything. She decided that as soon as she realized I liked women and that I wasn't going to be gay, she basically just decided that's it, destroy everything. Her relationships, she basically just, hit the domino and just watched the whole thing fucking collapse. And, she acted her way through the whole thing, pretending like she was the victim. I'm the little bastard who can do no good. And that it was all my fault. And, that's the thing. It was all about destroying me. That's all she ever tried to do to me. Really. It's interesting though, isn't it, how she was a very butch woman, and her name was Fiona. Okay. And everyone called her Fee. Who's the guy? Everyone's complaining about Bill Gates. Yeah, he's an IT guy. Yeah. He's an IT guy. He wears glasses. Yeah, and he goes around injecting people. Yeah. Well, I worked at the NHS. I worked there for how many years? 5, 6 years? 7 years? Yeah, quite a long time. Yeah, it was 5, 6 years I worked there. And then I left. And then within 3 years, well, you had your coronavirus situation. Bill and Fee. Well, what's a fee and what's a bill? You notice how there's an overlap in meaning. It's so hard to explain to people. That's the thing. I've done 80 videos. I've explained this for a long time now. Nobody wants to hear it, but nobody wants to hear it. Yeah, that's just how it works, No. Shit gets so tiring trying to explain to people. Anyway, yeah. So you see how Marine Le Pen, she's doing well in France. Yeah, it's interesting. So I recently bought a Mont Blanc pen. It's a Mont Blanc pen. It even has my name on it, if you can see it. Can you see that? TranSalvin? Yeah. It's got my name engraved on it. Don't know if you can see it. The fucking camera looks real. Let's see if I can. Hang on. Anyway. Whatever. But anyway. Might be a bit blurry. And that's the thing, right? She's, what does it mean to right? You say far right. That's the thing. I live in England, okay? So if you look at a map, where's England and where's France? France is located to the right of England. And you know what they say, love thy neighbor. It's, that's a command, love your neighbor, right? But the evil ones, they actually interpret that as, oh, the neighbor is the one who's love. You know, that's how the demons work. The demons twist it. You know, they don't follow the spirit of the law. They twist the words to steal power. They look for loopholes. You know, they're attracted to the loopholes because they want to get the power from going through those loopholes. And okay, so my cousin's called Andrew. He's King David. He was King David. Doesn't believe in God. You know, he'll sit there with a tie around his neck and he'll say, God does not exist. You know, that's truth. That's how people in this world behave. That's how demon-possessed people behave. Because they're being led around by demons. They literally are being led around by demons. And so, you know, how many places in, you know, reading the Bible, how many places that talk about, you know, how many times did Jesus say that people have no idea of the words that come out of their mouths? You know, they speak words, they utter words, they don't know where the fuck their words come from. They don't know, they have no idea. Literally no idea at all. They don't, you know, we're not talking about no, we're talking about the opposite of yes. You know, words get twisted, you know, and that's how the demons, that's where they worm their ways, and that's how they get in. The demons always try to twist things, you know, they always want to play this stupid game of twisting words to get what they want. Anyways, you know, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I have to compete with all women because all women are females, you know. What happened in the Garden of Eden? Well, it was Eve who was deceived by the snake. She was the one. That's where it started, right? And this is the thing. And how many men they put a woman, women are the most important to them, you know. Their female is the most important to them. Yeah. They're so obsessed with their female. And I'm God. I am. You know, I was delivered through a woman called Fee. Okay? She's nothing more than a clay pot, an earthen vessel. A vessel of shit, basically. Yeah, well, just a piece of crap that gave birth to me. And that's the thing. The whole world's just doing shit magic on me, essentially. I mean, that's the thing. You think about what does it mean to give birth? You know, what does it mean to give birth? You know, it gets used in lots of different ways, doesn't it? Like you can say that an idea gave birth to another idea. You know, I mean, you can basically say a man taking a shit is giving birth. So you've given birth to a big lump of shit. You know, it has the same. You know, go look at the dictionary definition of what it means to give birth. It doesn't. You know, you can think of it in the sense of giving birth to an actual baby, but it can also mean to give birth to, you know, other things. So, a man taking a shit is technically, you could label it as, and a lot of people do label it that way, don't they? Yeah, they do. Strange that, isn't it? Well, look, God said, don't be of the world, be of the Spirit. And the thing is that, you know, everyone is connecting. You know, people who, you know, you think about all these witches and, you know, all these people who consider themselves to be spiritual. They're not spiritual. All they're doing is connecting through physical material. That's all they do. That's why they all wear, you know, that's all they do. All they're doing is connecting through the dirt. They're able to do magic through physical objects. There's nothing in the spirit about them at all. I have a very good understanding of how that works because I'm God. I literally see it with my eyes. I see the world interacting with me. They interact with me through physical objects. Like, I'll watch a YouTube video, for instance, and the guy's describing what I'm eating. You know, like it's, you know, like when I eat it, it's like I murdered it. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, or if I, you know, if I have some toilet roll and I blow my nose with it, they're like, you'll say it's the enemy. You know, and just like the most weird shit like that. No, seriously, I'm not joking. Like, seriously, that's. But no, I don't have any friends. I don't have anyone who would spend more than 2 seconds talking to me. So that's just how it is. And there's nothing just about it. It's the world is evil and the world hates me and the world will pay a heavy fucking price for what it's done to me. You know, and it's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen soon. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I bought that bought a DVD box set about 2 months ago. Pat Labor 1 and 2, the movies. I got the limited collector's edition box set. You know, it was the second time I bought it. I used to own it, and my mom forced me to sell all my stuff years ago. It was about, what was it like? About 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it was back in 2019. She forced me to sell all my stuff, most of it. And I recently just bought this box set again, just 2 months ago. Pat Labor. And I paid about almost £200 for it because it's a limited collection. There's only 1,000 of them made. And it's just, you know, it's directed by Mamoru Oshii, who did Ghost in the Shell movies 1 and 2, so on, right? Yeah, well, and so, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, Labour was going to win this election anyway. Do you know what I mean? Do I care? Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, you know, if this country gets completely destroyed, well, fuck. You know, it's what people deserve anyway. You know what I mean? Like, my name is Grant, yeah, and everyone's arguing about my grants. You know, you got people who are like, refugees welcome, bring all the migrants in. Yeah? And then you got all the people saying, we hate migrants, get them out of here. You know, and I'm Grant, and I'm just sitting here watching the whole country just like go mad about migrants. You know, oh, migrants drowning. Migrants drowning. Oh, a migrant drowned. A migrant drowned. Oh, and another migrant drowned. And another migrant drowned. And another migrant drowned. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, and while I'm sitting here, you know, and days go, you know, I'll sit here crying some days, like, I hate this world so much. I fucking hate it with a passion. I hope everyone dies. Yeah, migrants drowning. Yeah. The evil of this world is unbearable. It really is. I'll be quite honest. It really is. Sick. And I'm thinking, actually, you know what? I could sell everything I've got. I could sell everything I got. I could just go somewhere else. I could go live in, you know, any other country. Just go somewhere it's cheap. You know, take, you know, more than £500,000 with me. Because I've got that. In fact, I've got more than that. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I got enough to buy an Omega Seamaster 300. So, you know, I got money. You know, I've got a nice car. But I could just sell it all and just bugger off. You know, I can migrate somewhere else, can't I? See how the British people love life without me? Arseholes. what's that? You know that song, Rule Britannia, Rule Britannia, Britannia. Well, I am Brit, yeah, and I had my last girlfriend who I was with 12 years ago. Her name was Anya. Rule Britannia. Yeah. See, I didn't realise that before I started going out, before I was with her. I only realised this years after. You know what I mean? I only realised when all this crazy stuff started happening to me. She moved out of my flat, and then everyone starts talking about the earth being flat, I'm like, what the fuck, because she's totally flat chested, like, yeah, seriously, like, totally flat. So, flat earth, yeah. Well, I mean, look at Aaliyah Dana Houghton, she was a very skinny, petite, flat chested woman, yeah. Flat earth. And people want to talk about flat earth. It's all witchcraft. That's all it is. It's all about trying to steal power from me. I'm God. And, it's been happening to me since the day I was born in this body. Yeah, my aunt, my uncle, my cousins, all the people I've ever been friends with, my mum, my dad, my grandparents, they've all done it to me. All of them. They've all done their, they never knew who I was. I didn't have a massive sign on my head that said God when I came into the world. They just decided that they kind of liked me and they kind of didn't like me, and they just went about doing whatever it is they felt like doing, and they were being led by demons. And so it messed my life up. It made my life fucking hard, basically. It made my life a total fucking mess. I grew up with massive amounts of anxiety and stress. Started smoking at a young age. And then I got into alcohol and drugs. And, I've had, I had to live in, yeah, I mean, what a mess, I mean, I went to a boarding school, like one of the most expensive schools in the country, probably. And then next thing I'm living in a council flat. Like with a massive alcohol and drug problem. But my mum, she engineered the whole thing. She decided that, when I was 16, she basically just decided, she ruined her relationship with the woman that she was with. And then she just completely, she just thought, well, she just basically claimed that she had depression and that her job, she couldn't do it anymore, and then she had to, she had to go bankrupt, and then everything fell apart. But the fact was, she was having a mental breakdown because she's demon possessed, and she hated me, and she hated seeing me grow up. She didn't want me to grow up. She didn't want me to go, be with one. She didn't want me to have a girlfriend. She didn't want me to be happy. She was being, well, that's the thing. She was completely demon possessed, completely led by foul spirits. She always was. Ever since I was born. She'd been completely possessed by demons in the, mentally, spiritually. That's that. She was completely fucking gone. And she, I did my best to love her. I tried hard. I tried very hard to love my mum. And I'm very happy to say I hate the bitch, and I'm glad she's dead. I really am glad. She doesn't deserve any sympathy from me whatsoever. None at all. And, what's annoying about this world is the whole world, they always say, well, she was your mother. When I grew up, when I was a teenager, it was always, she's your mother, she's your mother. If she wants to ruin your life, she still loves you, Like, she could do literally anything she wanted. She behind closed doors, she could just say, do. She could be as nasty to me as she wanted to be. Apart from, like, maybe, like, trying to stab me to death. That's basically the only thing she wouldn't have got away with. She knew what she could get away with. And so she did with those things that she knew she could get away with. Plain and simple. And everything else, if she ever gave me money or, gave me somewhere to stay or whatever it is, or helped me out in some manner, It was only ever to put on a show. That's all it ever was. It was only ever to keep people convinced that she was a good mother. While she treated me like utter garbage the rest of the time. And people never cared enough to actually ever help me. They never listened to me, ever. And probably a lot of people who watch this video think, wow, what a nut job, he thinks he's good, and, you know, what an arsehole, I hope he burns in hell. Well, you know, see how that one backfires on you, piece of shit. Yeah, go on. Yeah, you want to hate God? Go ahead, do it. Just fucking do it. You know, that's how it is. I'm so used to it. Everybody. I haven't had a friend for, you wouldn't believe how long. Anyone who was in my shoes would have killed himself by now. Believe me. Believe me. No, you weren't though. You weren't though. No. I mean, I wouldn't even buy a cat or a dog. As much as I would like to have a cat or a dog or a pet, I can't do it. Because I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I'd like to, but I won't do it. Because how long am I going to be here for? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But, well, I might change my mind, but that's been putting me off for a long time, really. That's sort of like, well, if I got a dog, that dog's going to live for 10 years, 15 years. How long am I going to live for? You know, how long do I want to be here for? If shit doesn't change then. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I'm not afraid to go. But, you know, it takes, you know, I'm 36 years old. It took 36 years to get to here. You know, I don't want to do that all again. You know, I don't need to do, you know, I need to, you know, I want to try everything that I need. I need to do everything I need to do. As much as I would like to just exit this world, like today, now, I'll keep going, and I've been doing it for a long time. So, but, you know, I never intend to get another job ever again. I never intend to do that ever again. Every job I've had, I've not enjoyed, for the most part. And that's the thing, I'm surrounded by, you know, parasites. That's the thing. Humans are, most humans, any environment, you know, anywhere I go, I'm going to be surrounded by parasites. They're going to want to leech off me. They're going to want to, because they're surrounded by foul spirits and they attack me. Plain and simple. That's the thing, you know. Dead people, people who are spiritually dead, they look at people who are spiritually alive, and they go, you know, they wanna fucking suck the life out. You know, they want to suck the blood out of them, like energy vampires. You know, they want to attack them, and that's all I ever get is attacked. So, there's no point putting myself in that position ever again. Yeah, I've had too many years of experience with it. I really have. I can already hear all the arguments people have. You know. What is it I have to say to convince anybody? Is there any real point trying to convince anybody? I don't know. What else can we talk about? Yeah. It's a funny thing. Andrew Tate, you know, he lives south of Transylvania. You know, he was living in, he lives in Bucharest. Bucharest. It's an interesting name, that, isn't it, for a place? Bucharest. Yeah. What's a book? You know? Yeah, this is a book. It's a Bible. A small Bible. But anyway, you get the point, right? No, he talks about himself, he calls himself Morpheus, and, he thinks of himself as a wizard. Well, he is. I mean, he's a practicer of magic and witchcraft. That's what he is. That's what Andrew Tate is. I totally agree. That's absolutely what he is. His whole life has gone so well for him because of the energy that he's stolen. It's all part of this evil world's plan to steal power from me. I grew up. I had 2 cousins, and when I was a little kid, I used to spend a lot of time with them. I used to think of them as brothers, because I didn't have any brothers or sisters. And as we grew apart. Especially after my mum was in a gay relationship. It drove a wedge. The family didn't like, people used to complain about my mum being a lesbian, and so it just drove a wedge between people. It's strange though, because later on, the whole family, they all go back together, and I was the one who was kicked out. I'm the one who's treated like a piece of crap. I always got caught in the middle of everything. I was always the piggy in the middle, getting, I was always getting the shitty end of the stick in every situation. Always. It's when it came to family stuff. I'd always get the worst. I'd always get affected the most by it all. And that was the whole point. That's what the demons wanted. Plain and simple. And my cousin never had any sympathy for me whatsoever. I imagine, you know what I mean? Like, imagine you cut someone's legs off, right? And then you try to have a race with them. And then fucking, at the end of the race, they're like, why are you such a loser? You fucking twat. You piece of shit. You're such a fucking loser. Do you know what I mean? Go and get some leg. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? That's how I grew up. I grew up with a cousin who looked at me like that. He looked at me like, I mean, that's the thing, he's shorter than me, right? I'm 6'1", he's 5'7", but, he obviously had little man syndrome, didn't he? Yeah, that's the problem. He had little man syndrome, and it got to his head. Yeah, and so he took it out on me, even when I didn't deserve it, because he's a piece of shit, basically. Yeah. But it's okay. I don't care. Whatever. He'll pay the price for that shit. Just give it some time. Well, it's been a bit of a ramble, isn't it? Should we get a tarot card? Okay, then we'll get a tarot card. It's after I roll a cigarette. Well, this is the thing why everyone, you got all these people, who want to be trans. People want to have sex changes. People want to be gender fluid or non-binary and stuff like that. They want to be called he, they, she. Why do so many people want to be called they? It's like as if they're like a large group of people. Why would they do that? Why would they want to be referred to as a large group of people? Does that make any sense? I saw this video of there was a Christian guy going around a pride event. Where was it? Oh, it was in San Francisco. And I was watching the video, and he goes past this area, and and it's part of the Pride event, and there was these naked guys standing in a kiddie's paddling pool, doing sexual things, and there was like there was urine in the paddling pool. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to say more than that. Okay. And he goes to the police and he tells the police about it, and even shows them the video footage. And they're like, no, they don't intend to do anything about it. And you got like kids wandering around and stuff like that. That's the world people want to live in? Is it? Really? Do people not see how that could be bad? How can people see that as a good thing? Is it necessary? Why is it necessary? Do you know what I mean? Why is it necessary? What's the point? What is the point in that? Do you know what I mean? Like someone having some sick, disgusting sexual gratification in the middle of a crowd of people. Like why? Like what made that necessary? What sick shit is going on in their head to make them think that that's a great idea? And how that, and why would, people and their children want to watch that? Can anyone tell me that? Why? Could someone explain that one, please? Like, what? I mean, this is the thing, the word trans, you think how many words start with the word trans? You got trains, Israel, railway, trains, Eurostar, and all that stuff, and bullet trains, and transaction, transpire, what else we got? Transfer, what else we got? I mean, that's the thing, like trans is like cross. Doesn't it mean to cross? Like you have like the Trans-Pennine Express or whatever, right? Trans means to cross. Well, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to pick up your cross. What's cross-dressing? What did Jesus say? Pick up your cross daily. Why does, there's power in the cross. It's all to do with magic. It's all about light. It's all about trying to be in God's energy. And there are those who do it the way they're supposed to do it. What did God say? He says, those who love him will, will sit at the right hand of the Father, right? That's the thing. Like, what does it mean? What does right mean? So you got, this is my right hand, but what does it mean to write? If I was left-handed and I wrote with my left hand, you know what I mean? Like, what do you do when you read a book? You sit down and you open a book and you read what's written, don't you? See how that works? And people think, like, what does it, there's so much evidence in the Bible. It's like that, all things that were written, it's like, how can, just look at how it's written and read how it's written, and, and realize, yeah, it was written thousands of years ago. It's like, how does it have so many? How can it connect? You know, how does it have? People are so blind; they don't see. They just don't see it. Incredibly stupid people. Well, it's because they're evil, and the evil blinds them. If you want to see the truth, you have to love God. If you truly love God, your eyes will see. You'll be given the eyes to see. But yeah, so it is. So it is. Anyway, let's do a card, shall we? Quick shuffle. Quick shuffle. One card. Oh, there we go. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Got a dragon on there. Got a red dragon. Well, you know, I said I am Apophis. I am God Apophis, right? Got a red dragon there. Well, we all know about who the... Yeah, you got the serpent. You know, who was Apophis? Apophis was the god of chaos and destruction. The Egyptians didn't worship Apophis. They just saw Apophis as a very powerful god of chaos and destruction, and was of the darkness. Like I explained in previous videos, you know, Egypt was the darkness. Those who love the darkness see the darkness as light. And they see light as darkness. Okay? Who was it who said, you know, so Jesus, he had to be put, he was crucified. I was crucified. I'm Jesus. You know, my previous videos I said, I am God was Lamb. Okay? I was Jesus. Jesus was raised up on the cross like the serpent in the wilderness, right? There was the serpent put on a pole. Yeah, on a pole. Yeah? And people had to look at it. Moses put the serpent, he made it like a bronze or brass statue of a serpent, put it on a pole, and the Israelites were told to look at it in order to be saved from deadly viper snakes. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's how things are going to go. The world is going to have to pay attention to me. It's going to get to this point soon where the only way people are going to survive is if they do as I tell them. Otherwise, they ain't going to have much luck on their own. That's how it's going to go. That day is going to be very soon. I hope it's soon. I expect it to be soon. But I've been doing this a long time. I've been working at this for quite a long time. it's taken a long time to learn about magic and the truth and how this world works, how the situation, yeah. It's crazy. You know, I make these videos. The only person who really watches them is me. I mean, there's other people who, there are a couple of people who probably watch, but not many. Especially the videos that are over an hour, that are an hour long or longer. Nobody wants to watch them. Nobody's interested. People would rather, watch gaming videos or porn or get pissed or have sex or whatever, or watch crap on Netflix. Watch some shit TV series. They're not interested in hearing the truth. I'm more likely just to get a couple of people who are demon possessed to come and attack me, and that's about it. But the day will come soon when people are going to be caught. They're going to get caught. And I've done everything to warn people. I've tried everything to warn people. Nobody cares. I haven't got one person I can call a friend. Nobody. Not a single person in my life. Not one person. 0 people. Okay? I've got spirits on my side. I've got spirits who love me. But there's a lot of demons that hate me. So, it is what it is. Let's get another card, shall we? So we've got Ace of Wands. Get one more card. Knight of Swords. Okay, get one more. The Devil. Okay. Well, well, we got, so first of all, we got Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Devil. Okay, so what do these cards really mean? Well, the thing is, tarot is all about sex magic. That's all it is, really. Ace of Wands is about anal sex. I mean, people interpret these things very differently. But Ace of Wands, it usually means passion. But, ace, in France or Italian, what's the word for ace? It's like ass or asso. What's a wand? It's a, what does a wand look like? It's a stick. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Okay, and then we've got the Knight of Swords. So he's a guy, he rides a horse. There's no horse in this card though. Normally in the, but yeah, no, he's definitely a knight. There's an eagle in this. But knights, they all the knight cards in most decks, they ride a horse. They're the horse riders. There's 4 horsemen, right? Yeah. So, wait, hang on. So the thing is, yeah. Well, Knight of Swords. So, what's the Knight of Swords? Well, usually that's, swords are to do with communication. And logic. and truth. And it can be, in terms of sex magic, it can mean talk about, what's an ace of swords? Someone's got an ass that's got cuts. You know what I mean? Yeah, because that's kind of sex. Well, yeah, you get tears, you get, the parable of the wheat and tares, You get tears, you get cut, swords. Knight of Swords, yeah. Knight Rider. The devil. But this could be talking about all kinds of shit. Ace of Wands, passion. Talk about, well, who is the devil? Well, this is the thing. The world wants to be in this energy. Who is the devil? Well, I'm God. I'm the devil. I'm Satan. There's only one God. There are people that want to believe that God does know, he's only capable of doing nice things, like creating life and stuff like that, and healing people and protecting people. And then there's Satan who murders and kills and blah, blah, blah. No. It's all me. Well, this is the thing. There's me. I have all the power. I'm God. And I'm good and I'm bad. Jesus said there's no evil in his... he said that there's no evil in God. Is what he said, right? But that's the thing. God's justified in anything that he does. What is evil? What is sin? Who defines what sin is? God. Right? God does what God wants. At the end of the day, what's this? Look at this card. Well, can we? Yeah, well, you can see the card, right? The devil card. It's like people in bondage and, what does the devil do? Well, the devil's about greed, power and evil and being naughty and all that sort of stuff. But, at the end of the day, what is, what is justice? At the end of the day, Jesus said, vengeance is mine. What's that supposed to look like? What's he going to do? What were people expecting? Jesus come along and just wash your feet? Kiss your ass? Oh, look, he's got a Leviathan cross hanging from his horn. Yeah. How interesting, huh? Yeah. Well then, and that's the thing about my cousin Andrew. He's a Capricorn. The devil is Capricorn. Aaliyah Dana Houghton is Capricorn. They're the earth signs, yeah? If Jesus was born on the 25th of December, guess what star sign he would be? Oh yeah, he'd be a Capricorn as well. Yeah, funny that. Yeah. I actually had a second cousin who's dead. I actually met him when I was about 5 years old. I went to New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans. His name was Christopher. I can't remember his surname, but he was my mother's cousin. And he got shot in the neck not long after I met him for the first time. So I met him when I was 5 years old, went to his house, his parents' house in New Orleans. We watched the film. I watched the film well, my mum rented out Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and I watched it as a 5-year-old at his house. And about a year later, his parents were away gambling. His parents were away gambling, and you had some like drug dealers come around the house, and they attacked him and they shot him in the neck. And it was at the same time, you remember Christopher Reeves, the guy who played Superman? He had the accident on the horse. He crashed into the tree, and he ended up as a paraplegic. Well, the same thing happened to my second cousin, Christopher. Yeah, he became a paraplegic as well. He died. He was born on the 25th December, and he died on the 25th of December when he was 30 years old. Yeah. And I remember when the Hurricane Katrina happened, because I was in Aberdeen visiting family, because that's where we all come from. We all come from Aberdeen in Scotland. And I was there with his mother, Jennifer, at the time. I would have been about 17 years old. I'm 36 now, so that, that's like, yeah, that's about 15 years ago. Yeah, something like that. Could have been younger, maybe. Can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, I remember because I was, and Hurricane Katrina happened, and she was, really worried about him, trying to get him out because he was at some home being looked after by people. Anyways, strange how things happen that way, isn't it? He's a real evil piece of shit. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Well, he was. He was a third. Yeah, that's the thing. People, and how did my, that's what happens. People battle with me. They battle with me. I'm God. And it can, I've suffered a lot. But other people, a lot. Look what happened 9/11. Look at all the wars. Look at the heart. Look what happened to Turkey last year. Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Or was it? Shit, was it? Wasn't it? It was last year, wasn't it? Shit, which year was it? I can't even remember now. But I didn't eat turkey for Christmas. I didn't spend Christmas with anybody. I don't ever, I've gone years. I don't do anything on my birthday. I don't do anything on my birthday. I don't do anything. Well, I don't spend any time with anybody on, ever. And that includes my birthday and Christmas and New Year's. Shit, nothing. I pretend like it doesn't even happen. I'm so used to it now. It's like, whatever. I don't even care. Seriously, I don't even fucking care anymore. There was a time where it felt depressing, and then I got so used to it. I really did. But that's the thing, I didn't eat any turkey for Christmas. And then what happened to, about a week later, turkey got stuffed. Know what I'm saying? It's all to do with magic and witchcraft. That's all it is. Disasters will keep happening as long as people keep ignoring me. If people keep hating me, well, the more shit's gonna happen in the world. The world will only get worse until people love me. And if people continue to hate me, well, the world will just destroy itself. Plain and simple. That's how it goes, y'all. I've been trying to explain it for ages now. Nobody wants to know. Anyway, let's do some more cards. Go on then. Why not? Should we pick a different deck? Go on, let's pick a different deck. Got some Illuminati cards here. Give them a go. Bit easier to shuffle. Two of Wands. We had an Ace of Wands before. Now we got the Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Okay. Prince of Wands. Prince of Wands. Yeah, that's the Knight of Wands. It's just labeled differently in this deck. Two of Wands. Prince of Wands. Eight of Cups. Two of Wands, Prince of Wands. Eight of Cups. Not quite sure what this wants me to talk about, to be quite honest. What the fuck does this want me to talk about? Two of Wands, Prince of Wands, Eight of Cups. Strange how it's giving me similar cards. Well, last card had Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Devil. I mean, this reads almost the same. I mean, it's Two of Wands. Well, two can be, you know, if you go to the toilet, you do a number two. Yeah, that number two represents the anus. Okay, in sex magic, it really doesn't make, you know. That's the thing. They all kind of read the same. But Two of Wands, you know, that's more like planning. Prince of Wands, or Knight of Wands. Well, he's a guy riding a horse. He's got a big wand. Yeah, it's to do with passion and fire and magic. Eight of Cups. Yeah, when was the last time you ate a cup? Have you ever eaten a cup before? No? Yeah, it's an interesting card, the Eight of Cups, isn't it? I mean, someone's having sex, Eight of Cups style. Well, Eight of Cups is, you know, the cups, that's the water. You know, that's where the water's supposed to be, right? You know, that's like water, life, emotional intelligence, love, charisma, that kind of stuff, right? Well, charisma is one of the words that they used to describe cups. And then you got a guy who, you know, he's 8 of Cups, you know. I mean, he doesn't like the water. He's like, no, he turns his back to it. He's like going the other way. You know, he wants to eat. You know, he wants to eat. He doesn't want to drink. He wants to eat. He wants to eat. 8 of Cups. See? Witchcraft. yeah, that's what it is, yo. So, you know, yeah, well, this is the thing. I'm God, and my plan is to Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups. That's what I want to do. That's the future people are gonna have. You know when people say shit like, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." They ain't joking. You know, that kind of, well, imagine that's really what's gonna happen. Imagine that. Imagine all your worst nightmares about what hell is actually being true. Yeah. Think about that one for a second. No, seriously. I mean, this is literally, this is planning. Two of Wands. This is a guy planning. Yeah. This is like, horse riding, passion, magic, fire, sex. Eight of Cups. Doesn't like the cups. Unhappy. This could be, unhappy. So maybe he's unhappy. Or he's doing it without the love aspect. It's sex without love. Yeah? It's sex without love. Is what it is. So, let's get a couple more cards. I didn't really want to start becoming a tarot reading channel, but anyway, go on. Let's see what other messages we got here. Just for the heck of it, you know what I'm saying? Let's give it a bit. Justice. Oh, there we go. Look, there's the Justice card. Have the cards spoken? So what did I just explain about those three cards? Justice. Well, why would it be justice? This is the thing, right? Like I've explained, people have been trying to ruin my life ever since the day I was born. And you think about guys like Andrew Tate, that are worshipped, or you got guys like Dan Bilzerian or whatever, or, people like, who, like Jay-Z or Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and R. Kelly, they're worshipped. And what do they do? Yeah, they're just trying to be good. That's all they're doing, really. I'm the devil. I'm the God that people deserve. Yeah, they deserve a God that is going to treat them like shite. Because that's what they are. And they've literally proven themselves to be that to me. They've proven to me that's what they are. And so I have to treat them like that's what they are. If people prove to me that they're shit, that they're of the world and they're only of the world and they hate me and they don't love me at all, then I'm going to treat them like they're shit. The world, that's how the world defines it. There you go. So, Justice. Okay, so what's the next card? One more card. Ooh. Queen of Wands. Yeah. That was the star card on top there as well. That wanted to come out. So we got Queen of Wands. Yeah, she's a witch. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands. the moon. So you've got Queen of Wands. So Justice, Queen of Wands, the moon. Okay, so what's that talking about? Okay, so the other card that wanted to come out that kind of flipped out was the Star card. So Robin Rihanna Fenty. Yeah, she is a star. People call her a star, yeah. She's what I would consider to be a Queen of Wands. And the moon. You know, she's Pisces. She's heavily, well, that's the thing. She's all about moon magic. And what is the moon? Well, the moon, it only reflects light. It doesn't emit light. It doesn't emit light. All it does is reflect light. It's interesting because in this card, you know, in the moon card, you have the two towers. You see the towers on either side of the moon? And that's, you know, that in the Rider-Waite deck, you have the two towers in the moon card. What happened with 9/11? You had the twin towers, yeah? You know, Lord of the Rings, you know, what's the moon? You know, you have that nice moon, the Moony, and it's got the ring in the middle, yeah? The ring of power, yeah? The star, the moon, the sun, yeah, anyway, well, that's the thing, the Big Apple. You know, you had New York, the Big Apple. You know, Manhattan, ass hat, yeah, and all that stuff. You know, you got, what's her name? You got all these women with their big fat asses and their big butt implants. The Big Apple. You know, look at the company, Apple Computers. Yeah, it's all to do with sex magic. It's all about attacking me, is what it is. You know, it's called, you know, the World Trade Center. You know, think about Lord of the Rings and the two towers, Middle Earth. Yeah, where in the middle would you find Earth? Soil, dirt. Yeah. Just because people, you know, people write it off, they do. Well, that's ridiculous. Well, why would you believe that shit? It's like, well, people have no fucking idea. They're just so fucking incredibly stupid. They don't know anything about magic. They don't know anything about what's going on in this world. And, you know, they think attacking me is more fun than listening to what I have to say. Which is a huge mistake. Mistake. Yeah. Yeah, stealing witch bitch, yeah. Miss. Yeah. You know. You notice how many children in this world who go missing. Missing. You know, what does someone like Rihanna, what kind of things would the secret society want with her? You know, what would they use her for, do you think? Missing people? Missing children? Yeah? Oh, I know all about it. I know a lot of stuff. A lot of very horrible things. Yeah. But do people care? They don't care. They just think, well, she makes nice music. Who gives a shit? That's what they think. They like her crap music. And they worship her. Someone who's extremely evil. All she has to do is put on a smile and tell you a bunch of lies, and people hand their money to her and worship her. And they forget all about God. Yeah. When God warned you about evil people and how to avoid them. Yeah. Strange how things work out, huh? Yeah. So we had the Two of Wands, the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay. Eight of Cups, Justice, Queen of Wands, the Moon. Yeah, well, you know, that's the other thing, you know, the moon is about like dark secrets or mysteries, you know. Yeah, well, this is the thing. The world is all about being the moon. Everyone wants to be, it's all about moon magic. It's all about reflecting God's light. It's all about reflecting my light. And nobody will look at me. They want to look at the moon. The moon. Everyone's looking at moon. Moon, 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 moon. That's all anyone's interested in, looking at a moon. Looking at a reflection of the real thing. You know, no one wants to look at the real, you know, they don't want to look at God. They want to look at reflections of God. And worship false, warped reflections of God. That's all they ever worship. Stealers of the light. Yeah, well, I've been explaining that for a long time. What else can we talk about? Or anything else we want to get out of this? Ace of Wands. Again. Interesting that, huh? Six of Wands. Well, there's an interesting card. So you got the Six of Wands. What do you see in the card? Oh look, it's a guy on a horse. You know, this is like the victory card, but you know, it's basically just a bunch of guys. You know, it's like they've yeah, it's a guy, you know, it's like a procession. It's like a guy, you know, it's like a victory. It's considered like a victory card, you know. The guy's riding in on his horse. So this is another horse rider. So we've got Ace of Wands, we've got another horse rider again. So it's exactly, you know, what did I have in the first reading? The first three cards, you had Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, which is a horseman, and the Devil. And then we did another reading with this other deck, and that was Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, well, Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands. What was the third card again? Am I really going to upload this video? That's the question. Yeah, so it was Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yeah, it was Eight of Cups, wasn't it? And then it was Justice, Queen of Wands, the Moon. Okay, so now we got Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, and let's get one more card. Gotta have some patience on those. Yeah. There we go. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Well, Four of Pentacles is, you know, it's a man sitting down. He's got his stars. He's got his pentacles. He's got his coins, and he's holding on to them. He's like, yeah, those are mine. Ace of Wands. Yeah, we already talked about what Ace of Wands can mean. Yeah, passion or anal sex. You know, there's a guy riding a horse. Victory. And possession. Holding on. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, I'm God. I'm going to take what I want and possess. Oh, it's going to be my, you know, they will become my possessions. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be. You know, every guy's fantasy, basically. Well, most guys' fantasy. Oh, look, and we got the Empress. Okay. Yeah, the Empress. What does an M look like, right? So we got the Empress. Okay, let's do another card. Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, so a Princess of Pentacles, you know, she's materialistic, or she doesn't have, you know, but she doesn't have a lot of money, or yeah, she's materialistic, but she doesn't have a lot of money. Okay, there goes another one. Nine of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Cups is usually like wish fulfillment. Well, he's just a guy who looks kind of happy, doesn't he? You know, Nine of Cups. That can mean lots of things. Go on and get one more card. That's two, oh, whatever, just take both. The World. And Nine of Swords. Yeah, so, well, what does this, you know, so you got Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, you know, the guy on the horse, riding the horse, yeah, he's doing that, good ride. Four of Pentacles, you know, possession. The Empress. Yeah, Princess of Pentacles. So she's probably, you know, she's materialistic, doesn't have a lot of money. Nine of Cups. Happy guy. The World. Nine of Swords, you know, and look at the Nine of Swords, you know. You notice there's a woman lying in her bed. Doesn't look very happy. Yeah, she's like, uh-oh, don't like this. Well, that's the thing, you know. that's what God is. That's the plan, you know. You know, I'm supposed to be here. You know, where's my bride? When Jesus returns, when the second coming, you know, what did he say? He says, I'm coming back for my bride. Where is she? Nowhere to be found. So what does God do in that case then? What does God have to do? You know? They would just take, you know, well, it's within God's power. You know, God will take what belongs to him. And that's how it's gonna go. Okay? You know, you could say I'm the devil. You could say I'm Satan. Yeah, whatever, right? I'm good. I know how things will end. Okay? So, what else can we talk about? Oh, how about a cigarette? Gotta smoke that tobacco. Set that crack on fire. I mean that tobacco on fire. Now, why do you think people? Why do you think some people get hooked on smoking crack? You know, like they just get totally, you know, like, need to smoke some crack, y'all. You know, like, why do people get hooked? Why do people do the things they do? I mean, obviously, crack is addictive, right? But you know what I'm saying. Why do people do the shit they do? Do you think? Does anybody know? I know, but no one cares. No one cares to hear the explanation on that one. But will it matter? Yeah. The thing is, when everyone realizes they're actually living in hell, then they'll want to know the answer. And it's like, it's too late. Tough shit now. Like, people are gonna want an explanation. I'll say, well, look, go back and watch the 100 videos I've done. Go back and watch them all. I ain't explaining. I've already done it like 50 times, 100 times, 200 times, 1,000 times. Be lucky if they still have internet access by then. Anyway, whatever, right? I know how this ends. Nobody else does. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Very crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah, that film that's got Johnny Depp in it, and it's called Transcendence. And he becomes a fucking computer guy. He's just, all you see is a guy on a computer screen, right? He's basically just a guy behind a computer screen. And he's transcended. He's become the AI. It's like, yeah, and you think how many people are on video, he's basically just Johnny Depp on a computer screen. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, he's transcended. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, how's it any different from me? I'm behind this computer screen. It's like, hey, I've transcended, yo. I've become part of the AI. It's witchcraft. What it is it's witchcraft. Yeah, it is. People don't understand how witchcraft works. Art, yeah, everything's magic. Everything. It's like, like find something in the world that you could say that the laws of physics do not apply to it. How many things in this world can you say that the laws of physics do not apply to it? You know what I mean? Like, people would have a hard time trying to explain that one, wouldn't they? Well, it's the same with magic. Magic applies to everything. It's literally everywhere. Everyone's doing it all the time. Every time you do anything, you breathe, you speak a word, you blow your nose, you brush your teeth, or whatever the fuck it is you do. It's all magic. All of it. The trick is that, you need to know, once you understand what is magic and how it works and why it is magic, just because you don't see, obviously people watch Lord of the Rings and they watch Harry Potter and they think, you see someone wave their wand and go, Alakazam or Abracadabra, and, like bolts of, flame, lightning or, flames and whatever they're stupid, you know what I mean? That's not how magic works. Okay, that's not the magic I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about real magic. The kind of magic that you can do, that this is how, you saw the cards, right? I read the cards to you, why do I keep getting similar sounding cards? How does that work? Well, yeah, it's, well, the cards, it's like, well, it's magic. Pictures, cards are magic, because they represent certain ideas and they've got all kinds of symbols in them, and yeah. It's like, have you ever looked at like a waveform? You look at like, look at a signal waveform, like a radio waveform or something like that, right? It's like a signal. It's like it's a pattern. It's energy. When I read these cards, I kind of think, I feel like I'm looking at like a radio wave, and it's just picking up a signal, basically. Because the cards can mean so many different things, and you listen to tarot readers, and they talk the biggest load of shite. All they're doing is being witches. What they're doing is they're shuffling the cards, and they're just telling any story they want to tell. And that gets people to subscribe. That gets people to subscribe and to like and comment. And you just keep, and all they're doing is taking what the cards are saying and they're stirring the pot. They're basically just stirring the pot, and people love it. They're like, yeah, keep stirring the pot, yo. And that's all it is. That's all it is. A bunch of witches doing witchcraft. And that's it. Okay? I've watched thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of tarot readings, and I tell you what, I am sick to death of tarot readings and listening to tarot readers, because they're all completely insane. They really are. Now what this does is it facilitates sex magic. This is what it really does. It because the thing is, the cards can represent so many different ideas, and the people who designed this shit, it was all about being able to, it's all to do with sex magic. I mean, there are people who are in sex slavery, who are being treated as sex slaves. And rich, powerful people use all of that to their advantage. Okay? They do sex magic to acquire powers. Okay? They use tarot. If you don't, go look at, just search on YouTube. Just search Freemasonry and tarot and see what comes up. You know, you'll find yourself a whole bunch of videos talking about Freemasonry and tarot. You know, Freemasons in actual you're in Freemason lodges talking about it. Okay, and they'll tell you about all the connections, you know, the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley and all that shit, and why they use it and how they use it and blah blah blah, and how important it is to their rituals and all that shit. Yeah, just go and, you know, educate yourself. Yeah, but people just see it as harmless. They do. They think, man, whatever. How, you know, you've got secret societies doing all this stuff, you know, while people, their economy's getting completely destroyed. Their society's just becoming more and more degenerate by the minute, by the second, by the day, you know. Every year it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse, while people get shoved into poverty and wars and death, and so much evil is happening. And people won't stop to consider how corrupt everything is. The governments, you know, all the politicians. How many of them do you think are Freemasons? How many of them do you think? I'd say it's a very large proportion of them. Yeah, absolutely. Every prime minister. Oh, definitely. Definitely. You can definitely count on that. They're all a bunch of, you know, Kabbalah tree, tarot card shuffling pieces of shit, is what they are. Doing magic, doing rituals. You know, they ain't doing it for your favor. They're doing it for their secret societies and the false gods that they worship, okay? It's all about stealing power from God. It's all about manipulation. It's all about controlling people, the masses, and doing their part for their society. You know, believing that they are elite. You know, they're a chosen one, and that's why they are in the position that they are. You know, and if they want to still hold on to that position, well, they better zip it. You know, or there'll be consequences. You know, that's how these societies operate. That's how these Freemason societies operate. You know, that's what they do. That's how secret societies have to operate, you know. That's what they do. That's why they call it a secret society. Oh, and let's not forget King Charles and Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah. And oh yeah, Prince William, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and all that lot. Yeah. You know, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Tom Cruise. Yeah, they're all in it. Yeah, all doing it. Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, Eminem. They're all fucking doing it. They really are. And they're really sick, evil people. And if they're not specifically part of a Freemason, well, there's some people, a lot of people, you don't have to be in a Freemason society to be working for evil spirits. That's the thing. If you hate God, you're against God. If you're against God, you may as well be part of a Freemason society. You might as well be, because you're just being controlled by the same evil group of spirits, essentially. You're on that side. You're on their side. Yeah? Makes no fucking difference. You either hate God, or you either love God, or you hate God. It's one or the other. There's no in between. And that's how it is. Anyway, this video has been a bit rambling. And that's the thing, right? Okay, so I was talking earlier about Marine Le Pen, and I showed you my Mont Blanc fountain pen. I paid about 860 quid for it or something, right? Barely even use it. You know, I got this ink with it. Yeah, we got the mystery black ink. Yeah, mystery black ink. Look at that Mont Blanc symbol. What does that look like? Looks like a Star of David, doesn't it? I showed you. Oh, shush, 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 shush. Leave it. Okay, I'll leave it. All right. Yeah. Anyway, Marine Le Pen. Well, look at the name Marine. Well, Marine means sea. Okay. What does it mean to sea? You know, marine is like, you know, it's the sea. You know, like where the fishies live, right? Not to mention marine, 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 M-A-R-I-N-E, Marine, Marine, sea, Le Pen. You know, what's a pen? Like a sheep pen. Yeah? Yeah, people, you know, a farmer, he keeps his sheep in a pen. Doesn't he? Yeah? At the right hand of God? The pen? Do you get it? How does that all, you know, how's that a coincidence? How can anyone say, when you analyze things properly, and I'm not talking about lying down and getting it up your anal, you know what I mean, analyze, but you know, how is it all of these things happen? How do they all happen? You know, without some kind of, you know, intervention or interference, you know, some spiritual influence. How do these things happen? See this? I've got the whole world in my hand. See that? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm in charge. I just have to get people under control. For their own sake. More than anything else. I mean, you know, it's that situation. It's, you know, how bad do people, how, you know, what kind of ending do people want, you know? How's it going to go? Because I can't lose. That's the thing. I can't lose. You know, it's like, no, it's like, you ever come quietly, peaceful and quietly, or it's going to end up, you know, it's going to get real bad. Real bad. It's going to be one or the other, right? Anyway, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Till next time.